Hey, Monarch football fans, Ted Alexander here with defensive coordinator and inside linebackers coach Blake Seiler. Getting to know Coach, getting to know this 2021 Monarch football team. Coach, thanks for the time today.
Absolutely, Ted. Happy to be here.
I'm sure you're also happy to be on the football field. Spring ball continuing. How would you assess spring practice at this stage?
Well, we're about halfway through, and I tell you what, it's been great for our players to get back on the field. You know, with the fall being canceled, that was tough on them. It's been tough on us too as coaches, but you can really feel it, you know, as the players walk around the facility. You know, they came here to play ball, and when that gets taken away from them, I think everybody kind of had their, you know, their feelings hurt a little bit in the fall. But it's been great for them, their mental health, and our team too. I mean, we've only had those 15 practices in the fall with pads on, you know, so to get these extra practices now is valuable.
From what you've seen and been able to compare to past springs, are guys a little bit more excited to get out there and flying around a little bit more than you might see at springtime?
Yeah, I would say so. I would say so. They were really fired up, and we've got some new faces here that joined us at semester, you know, so they were really fired up to get out there and learn the schemes.
What is,
Go ahead.
excuse me, Coach, what is your defensive philosophy?
Well, we want to be aggressive. You got to stop the run, but you want to be aggressive and create negative plays, you know, and get people into predictable situations. You know, third and long is way easier to defend than third and medium, third and short. So it starts with stopping the run, and then from there, you know, you try to get people in predictable situations so you can really go get after the quarterback and affect the quarterback.
Can you tell us any players that have stood out? I know you don't like to, at this stage, really put anybody on a pedestal or anything, but has anybody shown up and been leaders and really helped you through the non-practice time and then on the field?
Without a doubt, Jordan Young. I mean, Jordan's played a lot of football here for the Monarchs, and it really shows up with how he plays, but, you know, he's got a lot of respect amongst the team. And he's really challenged him to step up. He got voted team captain, and he's done a great job, not only on the field, but off the field, really kind of driving the culture of what, you know, Coach Ronnie and we're all trying to drive here. And he's just a pro. You know, you've been around those guys. He's a pro. I mean, he's got a great family, and then his influence is really spread throughout some of the other guys, you know. So I think there'll be a lot of new faces out there. But we also have some guys that the Monarch fans, you know, have seen play a lot of ball here, like Geronda Hall. You know, he's done a nice job. I think there's some other guys that are worth mentioning. O'Shea Jackson up front. I think Ryan Henry, you know, at linebacker. We moved Stevie Williams from quarterback to linebacker, and Stevie's he's a really good football player. And his time at quarterback, you know, I think gives him an advantage as a defensive football player just because he has a general knowledge of the game. And he's a big, long, athletic guy, you know, so you can never get enough of those guys. We've got some new faces in the secondary that I think you know, the fans will be fired up to see what they do. And then a lot of new faces up front too. So it's really just a work in progress right now, but we like our young guys and the direction we're headed.
As a new staff, especially with the guys that have been around Old Dominion for a while, how do you earn their trust?
You know, it's really just doing what you say on a day-to-day basis. You know, I think that's what I've learned over my career. I've played for several, you know, I played and coached with several different coaches. And, you know, the guys that show up and there's some consistency, and what they say, they do it. And they just come in every day and reinforce it every single day. And that's what we're really all about. You know, the guys that changed from day to day. I mean, I think that the players see right through that. And players can tell who's real and who's fake, you know. And so just be yourself and do what works, you know, and they'll buy in. The guys that get it will buy in.
Coach Ronnie has said a number of times when asked about the staff that one of the first things people ask about, and one of the greatest things in his mind about Old Dominion, is the staff that he's put together. Talk about your co-workers there, the shoulder-to-shoulder guys that have gone through this very unique situation together.
I totally agree with Coach, and that's really a reason why I left Morgantown to come here. I was familiar with Coach Ronnie from our time together at Kansas State. I knew what type of football coach he was, but I also knew what type of person and leader he was, and I just trusted in him. Most of the defensive staff was guys that he had worked with. I didn't really know a whole lot of them directly, and then I knew on offense, that's Coach's wheelhouse, right? So I knew we'd be fine there. And after being here for a year and going through the pandemic with all these guys, I mean, we've been challenged, right? We've been challenged. We had to move everything from in-person coaching to virtual coaching. And I don't think there's a better staff out there to handle that than a bunch of the guys that Coach brought in, because a lot of them are young, right? A lot of them know, technology and how that works. And just being able to relate to players in each and every aspect of their life, from whatever it is. I mean, we got coaches playing video games with guys, playing Madden with guys at night, and I think that goes a long way. I'm not doing that. Trust me. I'll get the score run up on me in a hurry now. But yeah, that's really been the deal, and just loyal, hardworking guys that are committed to making this thing work here at ODU. That's what we're all about.
Coach, tell me about your family. I know there's been a new addition and getting a little busier around the Seiler household.
We have, we just had a baby boy last year. So my transition from Morgantown to here was real hectic, because my first day here was January 3rd and he was born on January 13th. But things have gotten, we got the family moved and we're getting settled in. Love the people here in Norfolk and around ODU. And I've got 3 children, right? And my oldest is 4, so you can do the math there. Having 3 children under the age of 4, yeah, it's pretty busy. And my wife's a saint. She's a saint. As soon as I walk home, she's ready for some relief, and it's a lot of fun right now. It's a lot of fun.
How did you meet Inga?
So I met my wife at Kansas State. She has some history here in Virginia. She's from Pennsylvania, but she went to school at UVA and was a 4-time ACC champ. She's the real athlete in our family. That's our joke. She's the brawn and I'm the brains. But yeah, she's in the Pennsylvania Hall of Fame and was a 3-time All-American, 4-time ACC champ at UVA track and field. So she came with Ron Prince to Kansas State. And she was the director of football ops. And so when I was coaching there as a GA, that's when we met and started dating. And then, of course, things got serious. And when we got engaged is when she got out of football.
And 3 kids later, here you are heading into the Monarch season, which begins with the spring activity and then the spring scrimmage on April 3rd, and then off we go into the fall. Coach Blake Seiler, we appreciate the time. Welcome to Old Dominion. We can't wait to see your guys on the field.
Thanks, Ted. Good to talk to you.
Blake Seiler, defensive coordinator, inside linebackers coach for Old Dominion University football. Monarch football, it's getting closer, everybody.